It's Monday. Like, God is great. We are blessed and highly favored. It's Monday, though. And you know what I mean? Like, or for the purposes of this video, well, it's Monday. We can't take that away from anything. It's Monday. But it's about work and about that feeling that most of us have when, it's Monday. You got to go back to work, the beginning of that work week. Now, it was, I'm extremely transparent. I'm extremely transparent. So I woke up, got into some mischief, and I'm like, basically if I get woken up the wrong way without love and whatever, if I just really having to wake up not naturally, usually I'm just like sometimes it's worse than other times. But point is, it seemed like it was gonna be a rough go. You have to reset. You have to, pray. That's what I promote. Pray. Ask God. Let it go. Let it go into God. But what happened was I ended up just I don't even know if I fell back to sleep. I might have went back to sleep. I call it a nap for me. So I went back to sleep, and in that, I get the feeling, or I used to get the feeling, and I spoke about it in previous videos, or at least a video I know recently. But I get that feeling of just like I'm not productive. That time, this block that I have before I have to go to like work, or the 9 to 5 work or grind, the one that pays the most right now and does the benefiting and all that. So if I'm not productive in my business or making more money, in my part-time jobs, then I just feel like I've done nothing. I don't feel productive at all, and it weighs on used to weigh on my emotions, in my mind, and I'm just like, like I'm going backwards. I'm going backwards. Inflation is constantly on my neck. It's just pressing me, right? Got me in the sleeper hole. I was about to say the full Nelson, but you couldn't see me, doing the headlock gesture anyway. But point is, like, it's there, it's coming, it's here. Nobody talks about tariffs too much. I just recently, probably like a week or so ago, found out the whole government is shut down right now. So glad I'm not dependent on it. And God is great, and I thank my grandma, my nana, and because she always made sure that I was not the type of person to even go that lane. She just despised. She always said, like, we're paying for all that through our tax dollars. I won't digress too much. Point is, I don't feel productive, and stuff is pushing against us, or against me, my family, our family. So I feel like I constantly need to be earning money, doing something, pushing the needle in our favor. But my wife did remind me and let me know, you need rest. The body needs rest. The heart needs rest. And that it connected with me. I understood it. I'm like, okay, I understand, a little bit what's going on. I have to rest. I do. Like, sometimes you need to, especially if you work like me and don't get as much sleep, like only maybe 5 to 6 hours of sleep. You have to rest. When you can't burn the candle at both sides. I do know that. I also want to talk to you about and share with you to just be grateful, because sometimes when I always say, like, I love to stay positive, and I'm battling, anxiety or emotions, anger, whatever you want to call it, find more things to be grateful about. Just think, we are up, alive, above ground today. That's a huge blessing all within itself that we often miss, because we've woken up so many days. However old you are, you've woken up successfully for so many days, so many times, that you lose that gratefulness, that sense of just to be grateful to be alive, regardless of whatever your situation is. Whether you're doing better than me, worse than me, the same, close to it, doesn't matter. We both are blessed and should be grateful to be above ground. But just start to count and focus on the things that are going your way. What is in your favor? What do you have? Instead of focusing on the negative and what don't you have and where you want to be. Be grateful for where you're at now. I'm always going to promote, like I said, positivity. Always strive to do your best, to do better, you know. Shoot for higher than the stars, you know. Aim for heaven, aim for God, and wherever you land, but don't set the bar low. I'm not one of those type of men or people. I'm just saying be grateful for what you have and where you're at. I've been in plenty of situations now in my life, and just be grateful. So I had to catch myself, and I'm just like, you know what? Just be grateful. Be grateful. No, it's not the best. Yeah, you got to go into work. Nah, you ain't really feeling it like that, but hey, you have a job. Be grateful. Let's go in with a smile. Don't go in with the Mondays and all that. Let's just be grateful. I find myself also sacrificing a lot of my time learning now. Taking classes, taking courses, I'm learning. And I had to catch myself because, no, my accounts aren't where they once were. And, when you see thousands go to literally hundreds or 100, you just like within, days. And really it's because you prolong paying bills. And, as you know, if you're part of my family, you watch any of my videos, if you're new here, I definitely appreciate you. But, I made a whole video telling basically a little bit about how I'm being sued. So it's like the bills are coming, the bill man's coming. It's time to pay the piper. And it's hard for me in my mindset to think of anything outside of grinding to earn money. So when I'm sacrificing my time to learn, I had to just say, wait a minute, you're learning. It's a sacrifice, but it's an investment in myself. And I'm going to take that knowledge, apply it to be able to earn more money myself with my skills that I've learned. God is great, but sometimes I feel like, it's a gamble because I don't 100% know if what I'm learning, if it's going to literally bring our family money, income. I love passive income. I got to get more into passive income. But point is, sometimes I feel like it's a gamble. But I'm doing it because I have to learn. And I know whenever you're learning, we're supposed to continuously be learning. It's a benefit to our body, to our brains, right? To always be learning. Like I was alluding to towards the beginning of the video, the first day of the work week, it just hits different. You feel it, whether it's a Monday like myself, and I feel like the majority, like if you're working in the States, I feel like the beginning of the work week is Monday. I was working 7 days a week as far as the 9 to 5 job goes. I still work 7 days a week. But point is that's the thing, working 7 days a week. So then at that point, it's just you working. But most of the time, it's a Monday when is the first day of the work week. If that's not for you, if you're on third shift, whatever that day of the week is, that first day back of the week, it hits different, especially if you're taking time off of work or vacations, right? That's what messes me up because it's like once I get out of that workflow, once you give me a couple of days out of there, I get used to that lifestyle, like no pun intended, but outside of there, like, and then you got to come back that first day back. I don't care if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any day of the week. When you first got to come back, it just hits. Like you just like I'm not trying to be here. Like, but that's why sometimes I'm just like, we need a job, and I was gonna do this intentional. The video was gonna be about that, about quitting work and why I was basically making those type of videos, like my real intent and why I feel like that. I might say that for another video still, but a little bit kind of about that. It's because like most of us don't really like our jobs, our careers, and it's about finding one that you do, or just be grateful that we have a job. That's where I'm at with it. I just got to be grateful. Just got to be grateful. God has me where I'm at for a reason. I need to do what I need to do, be grateful, and I'm gonna push through it. If I want to have a better, different job, then I need to apply myself accordingly and do that. But there's other things, other businesses, learning, school, all types of other things that I'm doing aside from trying to find a different job. So guess what? I must like where I'm at, what I'm doing enough because I haven't applied myself or done anything really to get myself out of it. And it is what it is. But I am grateful. or I am grateful, no buts, and I am grateful. If you don't have anything else, you're going to need a strong why. Just talking about, getting through the Mondays, that first day of the week, how it hits different. We need strong why. I said strong why initially. For me, I need strong whys. Reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. Why I'm grinding, why I will push through, why I will be even more successful, why I'm going to the job, why I'm doing these things, how I'm able to change my perspective and mindset to, not be negative, not be so, and, to be able to turn that frown or that just, people say I be looking just mad, but just be smiling, be happy. The whys. Why are you doing what you're doing? We all need strong whys. That's me. That's how I feel. You need a strong why. That why will definitely help you and push you through to keep going. When it's just like, why am I doing what I do? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Like my brother always used to tell me when I was working by his side, I'm in someone else's seat. I don't really know why I'm here, why this guy had me here. He's able to push through, and I believe he's still at the same job. He's able to push through because he knows his whys, his reasons why he needs to push through and do what he needs to do. And I feel like he's on the cusp of breaking through, and God is great. Depending on when you get paid, and I wanted to talk to you about this because I feel like if you get paid every day, or you get paid like good enough amount of money, like that matters. Or obviously if you're budgeting, your money, your bills are paid, you're good. But to me, that all boils down, or that all comes to, if you're getting paid enough and living, amongst your means. I want to live, the lifestyle, how I want to live. So for me, it's like being able to earn enough money to afford my lifestyle. That's just how I view it. That's how I would like for it to go. So my point is, depending on how much you get paid, I feel like that matters. And when you get paid, like if you're paid every single day handsomely, then I feel like your aspect on work kind of changes, because at the end of the day you about to have money. Whereas if you get paid once a month, sometimes when you on that third week and you up against it, all your money's gone to bills or however you want to see it. That's why I say, like, if the situation of if all your bills are paid or not matter, because most people's they're not. But point is, I feel like that has an impact on your work day. Even if you had a tough work day, if you know at the end of that work day you're going to have $700 handed to you in cash or on your card in cash, that matters. And I bring that up because I know how I feel, on payday, or I've seen my supervisors or bosses, however you want to view it, the difference, and coworkers, the difference on when it's payday versus when you on that off week and it's Friday, and they are pushing those buttons, so to speak. Now imagine if you were getting paid every single day, and here that same person's gonna hand you a check or some money for $1,000 every day, or $100 every single day, $250 every single day, $450 every single day, whatever it is, you getting paid every day. I feel like that matters. And also valuing you, feeling like your work matters. I talked about that a little bit in previous video, but if you feel like your value, or me, if I feel like I'm valued and my work actually matters, then I'm going to feel better. It's like, it just, you're able to push through. It's you just feel better. I hope I'm making sense to at least a couple of you in the family. But seriously though, like if you know that your value, your work matters, that's why working and knowing that our work is unto God as chosen followers of Jesus who died for our sins. We believe in the Creator God. And knowing that our work is unto Him, and we can get our mindset to understand that the work that we're doing is for Him and not for fill in the blank boss or entity, then it will help us, especially while we're at work. I'm going to leave you with that. Know that you are blessed by the best. Know that I appreciate and love you more than you probably even know. It's different here. It's family. Yes, it's YouTube. But I really do appreciate you. And know that I'm going to see you in the next video.